Average Dude has something to say about...
Welcome back. This is the third episode of Average Dude. Today we're going to be talking about Middleborough, Massachusetts recently passed an ordinance banning public cursing. It would cost $20 if the police happen to hear you say a naughty word in public. A lot of press on this one. Ironically, though, they already had a law on the books in that city, basically making it a criminal offense. So you would have sent people to jail over saying a bad word. Now, I'm not going to bother to get into how stupid it is to waste a whole bunch of resources throwing people into jail over saying damn, but you know what? It seemed to be an issue, and it's funny how it's being taken care of right now, or at least recently, because especially the shop owners have been complaining about this one in that town for a long time. They apparently have a huge problem with kids or teenagers hanging around their shops, saying a bunch of bad words. Now, don't get me wrong. If you've been out in public at any point today, you are hearing all sorts of language, and excessive. I mean, let's face it, you used to hear the occasional bad word and there was a purpose to it, it actually made sense, but now it seems like we're so stupid that we just throw the F-bomb with half the words that we say, and we shout it like it means something, like we have something to say, which basically shows that we're really not all that intelligent and we don't really know how to accurately express what we're trying to say. But you know what, I'm not going to get into a language lesson or anything like that, and I'm really not even going to go over the moral or ethical issues of cracking down on people saying bad words in public and getting scolded over it, you know, slapped on the wrist. There's already been a court case, a Supreme Court case, Cohen versus California, indicated that the government cannot ban public speech for profanity. So that's already there. But we know, we've seen it, that cities and states, laws get put into place that are unconstitutional all the time, and it takes forever to take them off the books. But the weird thing is, this city already had one on the books. And you know what? This is not about public cursing, but I'll get into that in a bit. What I want to know right off the bat when it comes to Middleborough is, what are you planning on doing with these minors? Are you planning on charging these minors? Because that would require going to the parents, right, and giving them the fine. You really can't fine the minors. So what are you going to do? Ultimately, the parents are responsible. Because the kids, I'm not going to pay this. Then it inevitably goes to the parents. So you're going to, what, punish the parents, financially speaking, because of what their kids do? Now, don't get me wrong. Parents should crack down on their kids. But this raises an issue. Massachusetts, this is New England. This is a very liberal area. And remember, about, what, 20 years or so, that liberal mindset was telling us all, we were really starting to hear no doing this or that with your kids. Now don't get me wrong, let's face it, beating your kids left and right, hitting the face, that's abuse, that's physical abuse. But spanking the butt, I've never really understood that. A padded part of the body, and I know I'm going to hear backlash on that one, but you know what? It wasn't enough, because that side of the spectrum just didn't stop there. You can't scold your kids in public. You can't do much of anything. So I can only blame the parents to a point, because when parents have to worry about Child Protective Services or police knocking on their door because they cannot even discipline their kids. So Middleborough, Massachusetts, what's your plan there? If you start cracking down financially on the parents, and that's eventually what's going to happen, are you going to then turn around and let the parents, quite frankly, do what they need to do to raise their kids? And I think that's as far as I'll go with that. Let's go back to why they did this, because it's a financial reason. It really does break down to it. They had a law on the books that they could have followed. Have you noticed how there's a lot of laws already in place, and yet our politicians in various levels of government, we need a new law because of that? You do not need a new law. What you need to do is enforce the laws that are already in place. Stop wasting all the money, taxpayer money, effort, and human resources and court time trying to develop something new. The reason why they did this is because of cost. Remember, if you are sending someone to jail or a kid to a detention center, that costs the city money. Oh, they don't want to do that. They just want to issue the tickets, and remember to send that money in, public people, because we'll commence collecting activity on your butts if you don't. Yeah, that's nice. This is just another way of saying we're going to tax the people. I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but that's really all it boils down to. Politicians don't like mentioning, especially on the city level, tax increase or anything like that, because what happens is when there's levies and things like that, the people, no, we don't want this, and it happens routinely. So what they do is they try to sugarcoat it and wrap it up into something else. Oh, this isn't about money. This is about, curbing down on the excessive speech. Okay, so like if someone like me, dressed the way I am, or in a suit, someone going downtown needs to go to the office, starting their day at work, it's a rainy day, they're walking around the corner, and then some ding-dong drives up, hits a big puddle of water, and sprays. Oh, damn it! Or if you happen to trip or something, or whatever, and you hurt yourself, and oh, shit. It is left to the discretion of the police whether or not they're going to issue, and they're going to issue something. You know full well the police are going to be given the riot act. This is going to be a quota situation, so you're going to see those times of the month where there's going to be a higher volume and situations that shouldn't warrant excessive cursing. Fines are going to get it anyway. And what can they do? It's a ticket. Now, if you've noticed with the camera, those cameras that you see around cities that have those, they don't put points on your license if you pay the fine, but if you don't pay that fine, all of a sudden you see the points and whatnot. And I imagine that there's going to be more legal activity against people who don't pay the fines. Watch, because when this thing has some time to go into effect, you are going to see Middleborough, Massachusetts brag about how successful this is. You are going to see them issue a statement to the press about how much it's working and how good of an idea it was, and that is going to include how much in collectives they are going to be receiving. In other words, accounts receivable. In accounting terms, that means all these people in the public owe us money. Well, not yet, not until they pay. Oh, and there are going to be people that contest this. It just, oh man, let's go over with the traffic cameras, because that's a really, really good, another one. You have these cities that are in the crapper. They are going down, 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 like the Northeast Ohio, Garfield Heights, Cleveland, East Cleveland. What they did was they included these ideas for traffic cameras in what was called an economic recovery plan for the city's financial situation. So right there, you know that these situations are brought up for money, not for the safety of people, not because they're going to be safe. A camera make people safe in downtown Cleveland or in the crapper? Yeah, because if you're getting beat by a bunch of thugs, if you're getting raped, if you got a gun pointed at you, that camera's going to rush to your defense, isn't it? No, it's not. And if you see any of these papers, if anybody shows you what these traffic tickets are like that they get in the mail, they don't care. They put a black bar over the windshield. They don't care who you are. They're sending it to whoever the vehicle's registered to. So if it's your kids driving your car, mommy and daddy are getting that fine in the letter, like 90 or 100 and 100 whatever, or sometimes $200. It's insane, and it's all about money. They don't care. They're not actually doing any work. The camera's just taking a still shot, and it's certainly not protecting you. That is what it all boils down to, and it doesn't work. And here's why it never works, okay? These cities, if they have problems, money, or problems with public conduct, they have problems because the people that are in control, the people who truly run the city, like the mayor, city council, you know, those people, they don't know what the hell they're doing, okay? Middleborough, Massachusetts had a law in the books and they didn't do jack squat. They have themselves to blame. And what's going to happen is, and this is why it fails in every single situation, these stupid people who have made stupid decisions that have affected your city to the point where it goes down, 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 they're still in position. So they're going to still continue to make those stupid decisions, those idiotic, idealistic, if not downright risky choices, and they're not going to pay the ultimate price. Have you noticed how politicians get to walk away from a whole lot? No, it's you, the people in your city, in your municipality. You are left cleaning up the mess each and every time. And because they think they're getting money from it, oh, we're okay. It's like a comforter. It's like a blanket. It's their little nest egg, if you will. They get comfortable. And that's even worse. If the city was having problems before, it's going to have more problems now because they're not addressing the real problem. They need to start making wiser choices. But what do I know? I'm just a regular Joe person in this lovely world, hoping that I don't have to deal with this one anytime soon in my city, but it won't surprise me any at all if this ends up being brought to my neck of the woods. Everybody, thank you for watching. Have a good one.